I'm Bradley Traynor.
And I'm Don McClain, and this is Blinded by the Item.
Blind items are celebrity gossip with the names left out.
Together, we'll play detective to figure out what the item is telling us about our favorite celebrity. Well, look at Beyonce dropping 2 songs and an album release during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, she announced and I'm over here. Hi. She announced the new album coming March 29th last night during the Super Bowl. And then, as you alluded to, gave us 2 actual tracks we could download.
Which is so cool. What a bonus. Like, you're just watching the game and then you find out. I looked up Beyonce just because I wanted to know what was going on.
I will say it was a little confusing. They had this commercial to make the announcement, but then I don't think it was clear to a lot of people watching where to get the music or what was actually dropping. Because new music is coming. Well, What do we know? And it was on her Instagram that she announced it. And then later on, Spotify dropped. I'm sure Apple Music did too, but I just noticed on Spotify the 2 tracks were there. So it seemed a little, clunky, but I don't care because it's Beyonce.
Yeah, exactly. And here she is going to prove to everybody that she can do anything, pretty much. She'll probably win Album of the Year, I hope, with this album. I haven't even heard it yet, and I love it. So,
did you listen to the music?
Great, I did.
It's great.
Yes, it is. She can, and now we know why at the Grammys. The Grammys, she had the cowboy outfit on. I know she's from Houston, but I was like, oh, she's doing a real cowboy vibe tonight.
Yeah,
and that's why. That was cute. Well, I wonder if there are any blind items about the Super Bowl.
I think there might be.
There might just be.
The stars were out last night, that's for sure.
Oh, gosh, they were everywhere.
You guys want to do
the
some
field and off? Yeah, let's do some blind items.
Let's do some blind items then. We'll get it started here with. We'll start with the Super Bowl, and we'll start right here. Here we go. We've got. They've been together for a while, but the outrage is just as real as the marriage has been over the last few years. Sure, the lower on the list spouse was there, but that was just for the kids. It's not even close to the first time the A-list spouse was in somebody else's arms. They've been together for a while, but the outrage is just as real as the marriage has been over the last few years. Sure, the lower on the list spouse was there, but that was just for the kids. It's not even close to the first time the A-list spouse was in someone else's arms.
So you're saying that there's an A-list spouse?
Yep. There's an A-list spouse who's in someone else's arms.
And I like how you're being very vague about the A-list spouse.
And vague about who is the A-list spouse married to a player?
No.
Oh,
nope.
Okay. That changes my mind about what my answer was.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I know where this is going. So you're using words very carefully in this blind item.
The blind item.
May I point them out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Spouse. What were the first few words out of your mouth?
They've been together.
Yes,
for a while.
They've been together for a while. Perhaps we maybe learned some things about their togetherness last night.
As far as who?
Or I should say a status of their relationship, maybe.
Whose status would that be?
Ooh, these are questions involved. Coming back with questions.
Are
you giving me guesses or?
Well, I'm trying to be very vague to make sure I'm on the right track.
Because you just don't want to say the wrong answer and get buzzed.
Exactly.
I don't know any answers.
So is this famous, or how did you describe them again?
We've got an A-list spouse.
A-list spouse.
Yeah. And then there were kids.
The other person is not famous, though.
I wouldn't say that, no. The other person's famous.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then I'm off. It is not Usher.
It is not Usher. No.
Okay. The reason, so what I was hinting at for the listener was there was this whole conversation yesterday about Usher and his significant other getting married, or at least getting a marriage license, even though they've been technically together for a while.
Yeah.
So I thought,
that is
perhaps that was the direction we were going. It is not the case.
Not where we're going there. Let me read it again here.
I thought you were talking about Brittany Mahomes because they have kids and they've been together a while.
Nope. But there are kids and there are people together for a while. Let me read this one again here. They've been together for a while, but the outrage is just as real. So there's outrage around this situation.
Okay, outrage.
The outrage is just as real as the marriage has been over the last few years. Okay. So there's a marriage. They've been together for a while.
Outrage.
And but the claim, according to the blind item, the marriage hasn't been very real the last few years. For this lower on the list spouse was there, but that was just for the kids. It's not even close to the first time the A-list spouse was in someone else's arms.
Okay.
Think about that part.
Is this Justin Bieber and Haley?
Nope.
There's no kids. What am I talking about?
No kids around.
Jeez.
It's okay, honey. It's early. Not really. Okay, so there were kids. Mm-hmm. I'm confused. Somebody got kids.
Oh.
Fine.
Ooh. Oh,
yeah, we've got
sassy.
So think about there's been a marriage for a long time between two people. Now again, this has something to do with the Super Bowl, and in somebody else's arms. Remember anybody being in somebody's arms during the Super Bowl?
Yes, during the halftime show, we had Alicia Keys.
Alicia
in the arms
Keys.
Of Usher.
There you go. Okay, so we were in the right neighborhood.
Right neighborhood, just wrong side of it.
I see.
This blind item.
I don't know who she's with.
Yeah, you do. We've talked about their marriage many times.
Fine, I know who she's with.
Swiss Beats.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So fill it in, and then I have an observation.
All right. They've been together for a long time, but the outrage is just about as real as the marriage has been over the last few years. Sure, Swiss Beats was there, but that was just for the kids. It's not even close to the first time Alicia Keys has spent some time in somebody else's arms.
Ooh.
So again, this is just basically saying that, yeah, Swiss Beats was very outraged. There was a comment I think he made on social media about the embrace that happened there, and he posted some pictures that only included Alicia Keys. None of them included Usher. So there were some rumblings that there was outrage.
Oh, my God.
That was the observation. So that was one thing I remember from seeing on social media last night. There were a bunch of reactions to Swiss Beats' feelings following the embrace on stage, like implying that he was not amused.
Well, I mean,
but this would imply that perhaps he didn't care.
It didn't. Yeah, it would have not normally hit somebody that way unless there was something else going on with her and someone else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as the blind item indicates, perhaps they've been on the outs for a long time. So
the blind items have led us to believe that for quite some time.
I fail or forget, what's the word I'm looking for? Something with an F. I admit that does not start with an F, that I don't know who Swiss Beats is.
He produced Empire State of Mind.
Oh, okay.
For Jay-Z and I believe he's a music producer.
Got it.
They've been together. I thought they got married. I think
makes sense
in
with the last name like Beats.
Yeah, exactly.
Swiss. Perhaps he doesn't like to get in the middle of problems or trouble.
Yeah, he
likes to avoid it.
That is definitely his birth name. There's no question
or he likes
about
hot
it.
cocoa.
That Swizz Beats is his birth name.
Oh.
Just kidding.
What?
It's Kasim Dean, by the
okay.
way. I was seeing what Swizz Beats' actual first name was because that's actually how you pronounce it.
Oh, it's Swizz Beats?
It's Swizz Beats. Thank you for someone who just texted me. Clear that up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move on and do another one. Nicely done. You guys got there. Proud of you.
I mean, did we though?
You did.
Yeah, I did.
You were. Congrats, Dawn.
After you said you're not awake yet. Well, I am.
Wow. All right.
I will promise you will get this.
Feelings.
I will promise you will get this one quicker. Are you ready for this blind item?
Yeah.
The star may have been cringing at the end for a funnier reason. The team behind her was cringing earlier when the significant other was losing their mind. I don't care what profession you have, physically assaulting your boss is never a good look.
Oh, I wonder what this could be
I
about.
wonder what this is about.
It was awkward for everyone in the room.
Yes, I can't believe when SpongeBob did that. No.
Golly.
That was on the Nickelodeon coverage.
Yeah.
Actually, I hope that wasn't on the Nickelodeon coverage.
Go ahead and give me the answer.
Oh, it's Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Did you see what was on the Nickelodeon coverage? The Leonardo DiCaprio comment?
No.
I think it was SpongeBob or maybe Nate Burleson. Somebody made a comment about Leo because they showed Leo. And I remember Leo 25 came up or something. And it was Patrick, I believe, Star. I'm talking about Patrick Star from SpongeBob. Was like, oh, that's a reference to his dating life or something. It was like, what?
Yes.
Well,
so that actually happened.
The kids gotta know what's going on.
Exactly.
It's a crazy world of pop culture you're walking into, kids.
Nate Burleson also made a comment at the end about them hugging and kissing. He's like, that's a real relationship there. That's really love. Like, he went deep in on like that relationship, you guys. It's real special. I'm like, Nate,
that's love, you said. And I got
well,
chills.
I mean, you couldn't help but see there was some genuine feeling there for those two.
Yeah.
That was not acting, which occurs a lot.
Yeah.
And frankly, Taylor Swift gets a lot of crap for being extra earnest when she's at award shows, et cetera. But that seemed like a very organically genuine moment.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah.
And that is not, faint praise coming from the cold, dead hearts of Blind Item Town.
The cold, dead hearts.
But really, don't assault your boss. That's probably a bad idea.
So let's talk about that. Like, literally one of the, completely antithetical to this whole Taylor Travis narrative. Like, oh, they're just so cute and so amazing and they love each other. And then all of a sudden he's like literally throttling this guy on the side of the field.
Well, and also Andy Reid, I don't know if he's in the best health in the world. Like, he doesn't need to have a heart attack out there. You scared him. He literally jumped out of his skin because you approached him at an angle where he couldn't see you. I think at the end of the game, he joked around, thank God, and said, oh, he just keeps me young.
Yeah,
he got me off balance. My hip's a little bad.
Really frustrating.
I think I would be like, dude, don't ever do that again, okay? I'm your boss. Yeah. Don't forget it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he did have that conversation off the field.
I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do another one here. This quickly climbing B- lister is so very much over they're barely their in-law. Even though they have dealt with them for nearly their whole life, the behavior is starting to become insufferable. So we've got a climbing B- lister very much over dealing with their barely their in-law.
Is this person associated to the team?
This is sports.
Yes. This is still Super Bowl related.
Not Hollywood actor.
Nope.
But an actor nonetheless, perhaps.
True.
So
we've got
is this a brother of a player?
Yep.
Okay.
I think she's got it.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. I think she's got it.
Patrick Mahomes.
There you go.
Yeah, and his brother Jackson Mahomes.
Nicely done. Well,
and
who's the
Brittany
the quickly?
It's a twofer.
Yes, the quickly climbing B- lister. By the way, that's Brittany Mahomes, who they're giving a B- list at this point. She's working her way up. She's about to be in the swimsuit edition.
I think
so
I was going to say,
higher.
I think you can, whether people want her there or not. I think she has earned that spot.
Quickly climbing, indeed. Well, Brittany Mahomes is so very much over Jackson Mahomes. She's dealt with him for basically her entire life because, as you know, I think there was a picture that was floating online of Brittany and Patrick Mahomes, and I think they were in 5th grade. Like, they've been together since middle school. And long story short, she knows everything about Jackson Mahomes probably, but it sounds like she's a little over it. I don't know if you saw the clip from before the game Saturday night.
Yeah.
He was trying to get into a little area, and either her security guard or the club security guard was like, no, you're not going to do that.
You're not allowed in the VIP.
Yeah. Yes. And Jackson was disappointed, and it looked like Brittany just kind of shook her head and looked the other direction.
She just kind of shrugged and was like, anyway. So.
Yep.
He was like, can you get
But he's problematic for a number of reasons, right?
He is. He had he's an influencer who's done some not awesome things, just like really low stakes things, like stepped on a logo he shouldn't have been, dancing on it, doing stupid stuff. But then he actually had a sexual assault charge at one point when he was making out with a club owner, and he grabbed her by the throat, and it was not good.
So there's that. But like what's funny to me is like that is Brittany, gets so much crap online.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not a sports person. I'm not in this world, so I haven't been paying attention. I don't have a formed idea of who or what she is. But it's fascinating to me that she gets so much vitriol online in a way that it's like the opposite of Taylor Swift.
It is.
Which is frustrating, I would imagine, for her, because you don't have to like her, but like, it's just so, I wonder, and I'm sure people who've been around and paying attention to like how she comes across, what has led to that strong reaction to her in a way that,
yeah,
I know. Pick me.
Okay.
Jackson Mahomes.
So
honestly,
they're literally blaming her for him.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
The problem is you always, it's Patrick Mahomes, and everyone knows he's one of the greatest, who's going to be one of the greatest football players that have ever lived. Every time you saw Brittany, you saw her side by side with Jackson Mahomes. Jackson does the whole influencer thing, and you got a lot of the same hardcore fans, those like the Brads, Dads, and Chads or whatever, those guys who, got after the Taylor Swift crowd. They're the ones that are like, okay, this is Jackson Mahomes doing another TikTok dance or doing another stupid whatever it is. And they just instantly, I think, put those two together. And I think that's one of the reasons why Brittany was so hated. She's definitely getting the Taylor rub, though. I think her stock is rising in a big way, and people are now separating the two of them.
If Taylor's worth nothing else, at least she can help raise the, celebrity status of those
She's
who
also
suffered.
rumored to not be nice to staff and not to tip. And there's videos
but you
of
wonder
her,
how much of that is just like the way people want to vilify someone, and then they just look for every little
I'm
thing.
just saying what I've seen for years online.
Sure.
About like, well, she was at this restaurant and screamed at these waiters, and then she, just I don't know. It's been going around for this is pre-Taylor,
Got it. Yep.
like not liked in Kansas City, but hey, she's just living her life, I guess, as a very, very rich woman.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very successful. I mean, the fact that you're on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, she looks great. That's not an amateur when it comes to swimsuits.
No.
She's been doing that.
Yeah.
No. And she's also an athlete. Let's mention that as well.
For sure. All right, let's do another one here as we roll along. Super Bowl edition of Blinded by the Item today. The spouse of this A-list TV and movie star had her eyes on the star's hands more than on the game. Not because of the reason you might think. Apparently, he tried to take a sip from the cup of his A-minus list actor castmate from one of the biggest blockbusters a couple of years ago. So we've got the spouse of an A-list TV and movie star had their eyes on the star's hands more than the game. Not because of the reason you might think. Apparently, he tried to take a sip from the cup of the A-minus list actor castmate from the biggest blockbuster a couple of years ago.
Don't you watch his hands?
Can I ask a qualifying
Please do.
question? Are they both at the game, or is she just?
They were both at the game.
Okay, she was at the. They're both here.
They're both at the game.
Okay.
So literally, she's just looking to see, like, is he going to grab a glass again?
I think it's drinking related.
Okay.
Oh,
so he was a co-star.
He grabbed a sip from someone's glass because he wasn't going to be drinking.
Can I ask another clarifying question?
Oh.
Is this person, was this person highlighted in a very prominent ad? Oh, then it's not who I thought it was.
I'm trying to remember the ads. I don't think, which ad are you referring to?
Well,
it's not Ben Affleck. And
no,
J-Lo.
it is not that one. That was a good guess,
the
but no,
donkeys.
that is not that one.
Because I was like, well,
there's another A-list TV/movie star who, sounds like the spouse might be given the same treatment that J-Lo might be towards Ben.
Interesting. Okay, who would this be? One wonders.
And I do specifically, the blind does specifically put A-list TV first. Pretty iconic role.
Oh. Let's see.
Again, doing the blind again. The spouse of this A-list TV/movie star had her eyes on the star's hands more than the game, not because of the reason you might think. Apparently, he tried to take a sip from the cup of an A-minus list actor castmate from the biggest blockbuster a couple of years ago.
Huh.
Maybe come up with that movie.
Yeah, the movie. Now is the cast member a male?
Yes.
Okay.
This is not like from Top Gun.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Somebody who was in Top Gun Maverick.
Glenn Powell.
Nope. Oopsie.
Well, it's not
Lost
Tom
the
Cruise.
Buzzer.
Where's the buzzer?
What happened? It became this.
I'll take that as a buzzer.
That's going to be our buzzer here for a second. No, it is not Tom Cruise, and it is not Glenn Powell. Who else was in that particular movie?
Well, then
Top
it's got to
Gun
be
Maverick.
Miles Teller.
You found the castmate. Now can you find the A-list TV/movie actor whose spouse was very much making sure he wasn't touching anything?
Was that person in Top Gun?
No. Oh, yes. That was his
With
castmate.
Miles Teller?
Yes. The A-list TV/movie actor was in Top Gun Maverick as well.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I didn't see it either. I just know
He's known for an iconic TV role.
Oh.
That's why, TV is before
was he
me.
like
Newman?
one of the main characters? Newman.
What did you say?
I said
Dawn?
was
Newman.
No, sorry. There's a reason there's a reason why I didn't think I. What did you? You said new man?
Newman.
Paul Newman.
I thought
Paul
you
Newman.
said
Blue Man Group.
a show that sounds very similar to that, which is why I thought is what.
Truman?
No,
Ted Lasso.
not men.
New
Or actually, it is men.
girl.
Yeah. It's men, not man.
New man. New man.
Mad Men? Oh, that guy, Hamaconda.
He don't want none unless you got. Never mind. Okay, the spouse of John Hamm was keeping her eyes on his hands more than the game, not because of the reason you might think. Apparently, she very much is not a fan of some of the drinking he's been doing. It sounds like he might have a struggle with that. It was even so bad that apparently he was having a conversation with Miles Teller, and during that conversation, according to the blind items, he might have tried to grab a little sip.
That's not good.
No, it's
But
not.
also, here's the thing. Get your eyes off his hands because, honey, that's only going to stop you and frustrate you in your life.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't going to keep him from
That's true.
touching anybody else's cup if he really wants to.
Plus, if you got to look at any part of that man, you're going to stare at his hands.
Okay. Well, I don't know. The hands might.
Hands
Just
Across
saying.
America.
That's
That's a great commercial.
large hands, John.
Big gloves.
John.
Let's do another
Big,
one
big
here.
gloves. I didn't see them there last night.
Oh yeah, they were. Well, it's amazing if you just go through the list of all the celebrities that were there.
Oh, I
It
know.
was
I didn't see
everybody.
them because
So-
they showed Taylor Swift 13 times.
So there was a shot, and I think this was it must have been like, because I'm trying to remember where I saw it now, but I think it was social media. So somebody had done there was a suite of some kind where a ton of the celebrities were hanging out, and it was just the most amazing mix.
The Vegas suite. Is that
That's
what
what
you're
it
referring
was.
to?
Yeah.
It started with Gordon Ramsay.
Yep.
And then it went
And
over.
Guy Fieri was there.
next, and then after that it was Wayne Newton, and
Yes,
then next to
Wayne
that
Newton.
it was Jimmy Kimmel and his. Cousin, what's his? I don't know the Jimmy Kimmel bit, but that guy who's always with him in the show, whatever. And then all of a sudden, yes, thank you. And then all of a sudden, Carrot Top pops up.
Yes, and Carrot Top, it was like, oh my God, literally everyone is in this suite. It was just the most random, delightful mix of celebrity.
It was the Vegas suite.
What does the Vegas suite mean? Does that
all
like
of
a
the
thing?
all of those
All the
individuals
people-
are huge in Vegas.
Got it.
Obviously, Wayne Newton.
So
You've
like
got
the
all
mayor of Vegas
restaurants.
was like, hey, we're having a suite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had showgirls in the background and doing the whole Vegas thing. So it was fun.
David Copperfield not there. Why? Because he disappeared himself.
Goodness.
Yeah, and he got in there that way too. He disappeared himself where he was into the suite. No ticket. Thank you.
Let's do another quick one here. Let's go with this one. Things are only getting worse for this A-list singer. Apparently, all the extra attention is not appreciated at home by his wife. Sounds like they've resorted to counseling.
Extra attention.
So we've got an A-list singer getting some extra attention, not being appreciated by his wife, and it might have resulted in the two of them going to counseling.
Interesting.
And I will say, we have left the big game.
Okay.
Oh, so
This
we're
has
no
nothing
longer
to do
at
with the big game.
the bowl of soup.
Nope.
Okay.
We might get back. We will get back to the big game, but this is. I wanted to do a quick one here.
Yeah,
as we're
no, I
running out of time.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's nice to shake it up.
I don't even
Okay.
remember what you said anymore.
well, that's okay. Things are getting worse for this A-list singer. Apparently, all the extra attention is not appreciated at home by his wife. Sounds like they've resorted to counseling.
What do we
Think of
mean
some
by
A-list singers that are getting extra attention?
Yeah, extra attention from the media.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so A-list singers who've been in headlines lately.
Mm-hmm.
Not Usher,
Nope.
because we've left the Super Bowl. Bowl.
In fact,
No one.
we're telling the Super Bowl bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Justin
Timberlake.
There you go. Nicely done. Bye. Apparently, things are getting worse for Justin Timberlake, as apparently all this extra attention is not being appreciated at home. By,
All this great positive attention he's getting.
By his wife, Jessica Biel. And it sounds like the two of them, again, we hope everything is all right, but there's been plenty of rumors between the two of them. But apparently they are now resorting to couples therapy as they try to make it work.
Well, good for them, because therapy
that
is
can
a
always
very
work.
helpful
for
thing.
everybody.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if these two have had a relationship of convenience for quite some time.
Yeah.
Especially if you believe the blinds. I mean, they have been on the rocks on again, off again for years.
This is true. So there you go. You guys did it. I'm proud of both of you.
Oh, thank you so much.
That was
What'd
great.
you learn today?
What did I learn today?
There's the game, and then there's
so much
what's
more
beyond the game.
Yes,
behind
lots
the scenes.
more behind the scenes for sure.
What you don't see on the field.
What I learned is no matter how you're being used, do not attack B. Arthur because she's not using you enough.
Oh my God. B. Arthur.
Our
That's what we
boss.
call our boss off the
What
air.
do you mean?
That's what Travis Kelce. That's the reason why Travis Kelce assaulted
so you're
Andy
not
Reid.
going to go.
Yeah, because he wanted to be put in the game.
He wanted to be put in the game, so he just goes over and
Yeah.
So
takes a
basically,
big old
wait,
shove.
is the lesson you're taking that you should body slam B. Arthur
well,
at some
it
point
did
today?
result in a Super Bowl, so I'll just leave it at that.
I'm
boy.
gonna say
Put
I
me
look
in,
for
coach.
that. I look for that social media video to show up on our. Oh wait, we don't have a TikTok feed yet, but we do have a website, and we do have an entire back catalog of podcasts you can download to your heart's content at blindedbytheitem.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Head there, listen to back episodes. We've even got an email, a form you can fill out. Let us know if you got any hot gossip. Otherwise, until tomorrow, friends, this has been another episode of
Blinded by the Item.
Bye.